And we go inside, and the director's waiting for us. And he goes, yeah, Johnny called and said you guys were coming. We went to go get Kimberly ready, and she wasn't in her room. And Border Patrol's out looking for her. I said, what do you mean she wasn't in her room? Well, we went in to get her, and she wasn't there. How can she? This is like a prison, man. How can she escape from here? Well,
wait, she escaped?
Yeah.
I said, man, you guys are in the middle of nowhere. If she gets out of here, she's going to die out here. This is desert all
Okay,
around.
let her do
Well, that's
that.
why we have the Border Patrol here. We got a helicopter looking for. We got everything going. We can't. I don't know.
Look at the
That's
footage.
impossible. I said, I know. And he said, and she was actually getting better. She started to talk to us a little bit. She was starting to eat more. We gave her a job in the kitchen. She was working.
That's
She was
why.
a little bit-
That's why.
Fucking kitchen.
You don't. Oh my
Your
god.
house is really creepy.
My house?
Yeah, just that window.
That's just the light.
It's the window shape. It's creepy.
How's that creepy?
getting better. Except, so they had some problems with her because working in the kitchen, she would always go into the meat locker and they'd find her in there eating raw meat. And they said, you know, they talked to her and said, you know, we need to cook it. It's not healthy for you. And so
Why are they laughing?
So we headed back to El Paso. And Johnny goes, you know what? They're going to go into that house tonight. And this is very common today, but remember, this is a while back here. He says they're going to take a light and they walk around in a dark room and they can see if blood's been spilled. And it just shines. It's almost like a black light. He goes, we're going to go in there tonight and see if there's anything in there. We'd like for you to go. And I said, yeah, absolutely. So there's 3 other officers and they had this light, almost like holding up a flood.
Plot twist, all the officers
And we got up to the
disappear.
house and it was just starting to get dark. And we started from the 3rd floor from Kimberly's bedroom and in the hallway there. And we're shining this light and looking and there's nothing. There's nothing. It just turns everything into almost like a black and white movie. So we go down the old wooden stairs and we go to the 2nd floor and it's Kimberly's bedroom and the hallway there and nothing. Well, there's a little blood on the sink where maybe the dad cut himself shaving or something. And then I was going first down the stairs into the main room and the light was behind me. When I turned the corner, they brought the light and they turned it and they turned it. You could look through the hallway and you could see the kitchen. It almost looked like it was lit up. I said, man, look at that. It's like purple. They took the light and the blood had been spilled everywhere in the kitchen. It was on the floor, it was on the walls, it was on the ceiling, it was splattered, it was streaked, it was awful, absolutely awful.
Kind of
So they
like
turned the
It,
light off.
the movie
What?
Clown.
Clown?
Yeah, when the sink and the blood.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like this one.
At least it's not a movie.
We turn the regular light on. They start doing their check on the wooden floor. They cut out pieces and great bricks, and they start getting all this information together. And come to find out, Johnny told me they found human blood, they found animal blood, they found small pieces of bone, they found fingernails
What the fuck?
in the brick where somebody had like tried to claw their way out of there, and they were just scraping their fingers across the brick. He said it was the most awful thing they'd ever seen. As on all things like this, when something becomes haunted or somebody says there's a haunted house or a spook house or some girl killed her parents, young people your age always think it's cool and like to go visit
Fuck
them,
no.
Yep.
No, what?
especially if you can drive and you have.
Hell no.
New YouTube video, guys.
No,
We're going to a
hell
haunted
no,
house
No.
over
Like
Thanksgiving break.
What, like what are they thinking? If it's like that's how people die. No.
New
Don't.
video. We're
No,
8, okay? We're
no.
gonna come back as 2. Okay, no. That's horrible.
We know how that works. So Johnny said they're probably going to destroy the house. And I said, why is that? And he said, well, you know, the kids are driving by and somebody's going to get hurt, man. You know, they're throwing things
Destroy
at the
evidence?
house, and you know, we're going to probably have to destroy this house.
Hi.
I said, you know, Johnny, something weird about when you were doing that blood thing. He goes, what was that? And I said, did you notice the air conditioning vent? He said, what about it? And I said, we looked at the ceiling, there was some blood on the ceiling, but around the air conditioning vent there was no blood. I mean, it was like perfect. So what do you think that is? I said, I don't know. I have no idea. I said, that's a real old house. Real old house. So they obviously built a second ceiling, put the air conditioning ducts inside, because they didn't have air conditioning at the turn of the century. Now remember, those air conditionings are the older air conditioners, okay? They're rather large. It's a swamp cooler type, not like what we have. So Johnny says, what do you think's going on? I said, I don't know.
Judges.
We ought to go take a look. Johnny said, I ain't going up there. I said, Johnny, you're
Pussy.
a police officer. He goes, I'm not going up there, man. I said, well, don't you have people that do that? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I said, okay, well, get them together. Don't you think you should go up there and take a look? I mean, don't you think that's kind of weird? He said, yeah, really it is. So 2 officers who work with SWAT, we went in there and built a
Why is SWAT there?
little scaffold that we could crawl up. We moved the air conditioning vent. It was probably about the size of one of these lights. And the 2 SWAT guys went up there and started crawling around and doing all that stuff. And we could hear them. And Johnny and I are talking. And Johnny goes, or I said, you know what, Johnny? Let's go take a look. Johnny said, I'm not going. I
And
said,
Johnny
"I'm
is
going."
smart.
Well, if you're going, I'm going to stay down here by myself. I said, all right, well, let's go take a look. I said, I don't have a flashlight, though. You know, he said, well, you know what? Now, I remember this. He goes, I've got a little pen flashlight. I got my big one, you know, my patrol flashlight, but the little one I use when I write tickets and stuff. I said, I'll take that. That's fine. And he said, I just put fresh batteries in. It's working great. We crawl up the scaffold. Johnny goes left where the other police officers are. And I said, well, I'm going to go to the right.
Woman.
And as I start crawling through this air conditioning duct, I could see it went about as far as from here to that wall. And I had the light going, the flashlight going. And I got about halfway, and you could see it turned and went off to the right. And I got about halfway down that air conditioning vent, and my flashlight went out just like that.
What the
Were
fuck?
you dead?
So I start to back out because you can't see without it, but I see a glow. Right at the corner where it
Okay,
burns, I
don't
see a
go
glow.
towards the glow.
I don't know what that is. So I slowly start crawling towards that glow.
Oh my god.
And the air conditioning vent goes off to the right, and it went so far back and I couldn't even see it. It just went into darkness. But about 10 feet in, there was this recessed area where the air conditioning and heating unit would blow the air up and bring it out into the house. And there was a glow coming from in that area. So I decided to crawl and take a look
Kimberly.
and see what that glow was. So
Okay,
I crawl a
he's
little bit more, and I get close to that recessed area, and I peek around in there, and I see a pair of feet. And then the feet
Kimberly.
moved. And then I was going to be the fastest fat man that ever crawled out of a naked.
Wow.
But I couldn't help it. Curiosity, I thought, who is that? So I looked, and sitting there was Kimberly.
Told
And
you.
she had a candle in her hand,
Okay.
and that was what was causing the glow. She was looking at the candle, and she saw me, and she looked at me. She had this evil look on her face.
Oh hell no.
Bitch,
And she
get
was
the fuck
dirty,
out
and
of
she had
there.
What?
blood on her
Get the
fingers, she
fuck
had
out of
blood on her
there.
mouth. And I said,
Boo.
and then she like looked around and she said, shh, they're here. I said, who's here? The ones that live in the wall. I said, honey, there's nobody here. They're here. I said, honey, there's nobody here. Shh, listen. I couldn't hear anything. I said, come on, Kimberly, we need to get out of here. We need to leave here.
Why would
She
you
follows
take
me out.
Kimberly
I
with
yell up.
you?
They come down.
Hmm?
Johnny goes, what the heck
Why-
just happened?
Why would you
I
take
told her.
Kimberly with
How long
you?
I said,
I don't know.
I would have left her right there.
Well, Johnny wants to put cuffs on her. I said, don't, Johnny. I don't want her to freak out on us. I'll go with you downtown. They take her downtown. They arrest her. They book her for murder. They set up a trial. She's going to go to jail. Well, I again don't believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in things like that, but something weird. I told Johnny, he said, you know, she's going to have a good lawyer to get out of this one. I said, you know, Johnny, I took a lot of classes over at UTEP, University over there in El Paso.
YouTube University.
And a lot on Mexico and the borderlands. And something weird. He goes, what's that? And I said, there's something weird about Fabens, and I just starting to hit me now. I said, there was an old mission in Fabens, and the priests in this mission were executed because supposedly they were disemboweling some of the local people.
What the fuck?
I said, John said, you kidding me? I said, no. He goes, can you bring the book? I said, yeah. And I still have the book. It's called Spanish Borderlands. So I brought the book and I showed it to Johnny. I said, matter of fact, here's a map of Fabens. An old map. And here's the Rio Grande. And he said, you know what? I got an idea. Johnny goes and he gets a map of Fabens, a current map of Fabens, and he takes my old map that I had from, it was about 1600s, and he blows it up. And he blows both maps up about the same size. And he circles, and I said, what's that? And he goes, that's where Kimberly's house is at. Oh, okay, and he lays it down. Then he takes the other map, the old map of Fabens, and he lays it down. And he looks and he goes, okay, here's the mission. I said, yeah. He takes a little pocket knife, He punches a hole through both maps. Right through the mission and whatever's on the other side. He takes off the old map and there's a hole right there where Kimberly's house is at. Johnny said that mission was exactly where Kimberly's house is right now. I said, okay, then there's something going on right there in that house. And it's not Kimberly. He goes, there's no way I can prove that. And I said, I know, but there's something going on there. He goes, how are we going to find out? I said, I don't know. I said, don't you have one of those
You
detectives?
don't.
Or sergeant. As a matter of fact, he came to our school one time. He deals with the paranormal and the witchcraft and all that stuff. He talks to kids about
A lot.
that. That's what I found out. Okay. So it takes about another week, and Johnny shows up at school, just about the end of class, and Johnny doesn't look real happy. So the bell rings, the kids leave, and I said, Johnny, what's up? Well, I talked to the sergeant. I said, okay, what'd he say? He wants to go to the house. I said, all right. He wants to spend the night there.
Is you
I
dumb?
said, okay. Johnny goes, I ain't gonna do it.
Goes
I
high
said, Johnny,
into.
what can get you? It's 3 grown men. You both have guns. I'll bring one of mine. He said, no, man. Why does we? I said, Johnny, I don't know. He knows something's going on. Well, sure enough, the sergeant meets us. I talked to the sergeant. I said, Sergeant, you believe in ghosts and stuff? He goes, no, I don't. But I got to prove that they're not there. I said, okay, that makes sense. He goes, no, I want to spend the night there. And I want to see what's happening. I said, sure, I'm in. Johnny reluctantly was in.
Oh,
So we get to the
God.
house at night. We brought a sleeping bag because in the main room there was 2 couches. And the sergeant stayed in the sleeping bag on the floor. We brought a deck of cards. And you know what? All houses make noises. Apartments, wherever you live. They settle,
That's true.
wood, warps, creaks. All houses make noise. You hear your house making noise all the time. And we heard noises, sure. But nothing that would draw any suspicion. And so we're playing cards, and it's about 2 o'clock or something like that in the morning, and we're finally, that's it now, I'm going to bed.
Andas en mi cabeza,